What if you could study at a Chinese university with your tuition covered, accommodation support, a monthly stipend, and medical insurance? This is the Chinese Government Scholarship, better known as the CSC Scholarship. Today, we're breaking down exactly how it works and how international students can apply for the 2026/2027 academic year.
In this explainer, you're going to discover what the CSC is, what it covers, exactly who can apply, the different application routes, the required documents, and how to avoid the most common mistakes that get applications rejected. The Chinese Government Scholarship is a massive initiative run by the China Scholarship Council to support international students and scholars. It covers everything from bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees to specialized general and senior scholar programs. So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. The scholarship itself, 2. Eligibility, 3. Required documents, 4. The online portal, and 5. Timeline and results. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. The scholarship, specifically focusing on general and senior scholar programs.
Now, there's a really vital distinction we need to make right off the bat about application routes. While undergraduate, master's, and PhD degree students generally apply directly through Chinese universities, today's guide zeroes in on the bilateral program known as Type A. This route covers general and senior scholars who apply through their local home embassies. Now, regarding what the scholarship actually covers, like tuition, accommodation subsidies, and living allowances, coverage heavily depends on your specific category and program. So a massive word of warning here: always verify your exact funding coverage directly on the official Campus China website. Don't just trust unverified claims you see online.
Moving on to Section 2. Who exactly can apply? Let's look at the essential eligibility requirements.
The absolute baseline for any CSC scholarship is that you must be a non-Chinese citizen in good physical and mental health. But beyond that, eligibility really shifts depending on your scholar level. Look at this comparison. If you're applying as a general scholar, you need to be at least a high school graduate and strictly under 45 years old. On the flip side, if you're aiming for the senior scholar route, you need a master's degree or to be an associate professor or higher, and the age limit extends to under 50. Also, just a quick heads up, if you're already doing a degree program in China, you cannot apply for these specific scholar statuses at the same time.
Language requirements are another hurdle you've got to clear, and they're pretty strict. If you want to take a Chinese-taught program, you absolutely must have a valid HSK Level 3 certificate. But there is one brilliant exception. If you're applying specifically as a general scholar to study the Chinese language itself, you're completely exempt from this. Now, what about programs taught in English or other languages? For those, you'll need standard tests like IELTS or TOEFL, but the exact scores depend strictly on what your target university demands.
All right, Section 3. Essential required application documents. Think of this as packing your bags. So this is your core survival kit. First, you need a highly legible scanned copy of your passport's homepage, and crucially, it has to be valid for at least 12 months from your expected start date in China. Next up, your highest diploma and academic transcripts. Please be super careful of a common trap here. If your original academic documents are not in English or Chinese, you literally have to get them officially translated and notarized by a notary public or commissioner for oaths. Add in your language certificates and a pre-admission letter from the university, and make sure every single upload is incredibly clear.
Next, we have the program-specific documents. Every single scholar needs a study plan or research proposal. It has to be written in Chinese or English, and it must be at least 500 words long. Now, if you're applying as a senior scholar, you got to step it up a bit. You also need to provide 2 recommendation letters from professors or associate professors. Oh, and for the creatives out there applying for art or design majors, you'll need to submit examples of your artwork directly through the system or straight to the university.
Beyond the academics, anyone planning to stay in China for more than 6 months must clear 2 specific legal hurdles. First, the foreigner physical examination form, which has to be completed in English. Second, a valid non-criminal record report officially issued by your local public security authority. And, just as a side note, if you happen to be under 18, you'll also need to submit local guardianship documents for China.
Okay, I really need to pause here for a critical warning. The foreigner physical examination form and your non-criminal record are valid for only 6 months. If you do your health check way too early, it's going to expire before the review process is even complete. Plus, your physical exam form must be totally flawless. We're talking the attending physician's signature, the official hospital stamp, and a sealed photograph of you attached to it. Incomplete forms are instantly tossed out. So please, time those appointments correctly.
Section 4. Navigating the online system. The Chinese Government Scholarship Information System.
Everything actually happens on the official online portal.
Steps 1 and 2 are pretty straightforward. You register an account and carefully fill out your personal details in either Chinese or English. But step 3 is where you have to pay extremely close attention. Because we are looking at the bilateral program route for scholars applying through their embassy, you must select Program Category Type A.
Right after selecting Type A, you hit Step 4, inputting your agency number. Every single dispatching authority in the world has a specific code. For example, if you were applying through the Malaysian embassy, your number would be 4581. But listen closely, you must use the exact specific number assigned to your own home country's embassy or dispatching authority. Do not just copy this example.
This right here is where so many people fail before they even start. The program category and the agency number are directly linked in the database. If you put in the wrong agency number or mix up Type A with another category, your application is literally dead in the water. It won't be processed. The correct agency name should actually pop up automatically once you type in the number, so definitely double-check it right then and there. Finally, for Step 5, you input the rest of your information and upload all those pristine, highly legible scanned documents we talked about. Now here is a crucial point before you hit Submit on Step 6. Once submitted, you absolutely cannot make amendments to your personal or application details. If you suddenly realized you made a mistake before it's processed, you have to formally hit Withdraw, edit the application, and then resubmit it a second time. If you forget to resubmit, you're out of luck. Once you know it's perfect, go ahead to Step 7 and print the application form.
Section 5. Important timelines and deadlines. The road to campus China.
Let's map out the timeline, using the 2026/2027 academic year cycle as our example. For this specific cycle, your complete online application would be due by February 1st. From February through March, the embassy reviews your documents. Then, from March to July, the China Scholarship Council conducts their final review. If you make the cut, admission letters are issued in late July. But remember, because these dates and requirements can, and do, shift every single year, you absolutely must verify your local embassy's specific cutoff dates for the exact cycle you're applying in.
And here is one final manual step that so many people completely forget. After you submit the online application on the system, you must email your specific embassy to notify them. Your subject line should clearly read, Chinese Government Scholarship Application plus your name. This simple email flags them that your file is officially in the system and ready for their review.
We've covered the programs, the intense document requirements, the strict online portal rules, and the timelines. Now, it's on you. Head over to campuschina.org to find the universities and programs that fit your goals. You've got the roadmap, but honestly, the application is just the prologue. The real question is, when you finally step onto a campus in Beijing or Shanghai, what will you choose to build there?